Hey everyone, it's Star Sketch and welcome back to a new video. Sorry for the lack of videos lately. I just been kind of like taking a step back and kind of reflecting on like content that I want to do. And this was something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. And I'm just like, you know what? Let's do it. You know? So this episode of Erin Talks is going to be about broccoli, if you catch my drift, and your mindset, and how those two definitely intermingle together. Little disclaimer before we get started. One, yes, I am chill right now as I'm talking about this because I feel like it's the best way to kind of talk about it is to be in that moment. And two, more videos to come. I'm really inspired. I did a painting live yesterday, if some of you saw that. And I plan on doing more of those. I'm trying to get that uploaded for you guys to rewatch, so don't worry, that's coming. And then after this staycation thing, I don't know, I might vlog it, but I don't think I will. My boyfriend and I are having a staycation the next week or so, there won't be much content after this video goes up, but best yet assured, or best, I don't even know what the... Oh, there's a fly in here. I don't even know what the term would be, but, rest assured that there will be so much new content once I'm back from my staycation, aka sometime after Father's Day, but also things are just going to be different because I'm applying to part-time jobs and shit, so that's just a little beginning thing there. Is like, things might change a little bit on the channel, but you know, it's just because life is progressing as we speak, in my life anyways. So changes are to come. I will keep you all updated. I might do like a little video explaining all the changes just so then people are on top of it. But yeah, I am super excited. And of course Teddy has to start barking, but it's okay. And we're just gonna get right into the topic at hand, which is broccoli and your mindset. So the biggest thing when it comes to broccoli usage is really just knowing the right time that you could do it, the right environment you could do it in, and lastly, the right mindset to be in. And mindset is probably the most important out of all those three. I mean, environments, give or take, can vary for people. It's kind of more, I don't even know what I'm talking about with the environment thing, but needless to say that basically, I'm trying to get my thoughts wrapped up here. I didn't even write out notes for this or anything. I'm just kind of coming off the cuff here and just going to upload this video as is. Well, you'll see the intro and outro as I always have, but you know what I mean by that. But yeah, just the most important step out of all that, without the environment, without the time to do it, the most important is your mindset. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If you do not use broccoli, if you catch my drift, this might just still be educational for you to know if like you have friends that do or family members that do, and you just want to learn more about this that might be helpful to them. Share the video to them. Maybe that they'll enjoy it. But yeah, let's get into it. So whenever I use broccoli, I really try to make sure that, another term for it could be gardening, so we might use that as well, by the way. But in order to garden the broccoli, I can't keep a straight face saying all that, but you know what I mean. I always make sure that I prep myself before the sesh, so then I can make sure I am utilizing the sesh to its full advantage, aka the relaxation, the being able to focus better and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just like, gotta prepare myself for it. I always make sure I drink something before I do. I always make sure I eat something before I do as well, because I feel like it affects me more when I use broccoli before I eat or drink anything. it's not a good mix for me. So that's what helps my body. What other people do is what they do. But for me personally, that's just something that I realized after trial and error of different, times of day and such for my usage. So, just make sure if you're the type of person like me that if you don't eat or drink something before using broccoli, you then tend to feel not nauseous, but like kind of just like and then like also you feel more hungry because of the munchies. So it's like that whole thing, and it is just freaking Teddy. I forget where I was going with this because my freaking dog distracted me. But oh yes, prepping before a sesh. So some things that you could do before you sesh to kind of prep yourself is, one, making sure you eat and drink something. If I have a wake and bake sesh or whatever, I usually try to do it after I eat breakfast. But say if you want to do it, make sure you eat breakfast. Trust me, it'll make it 10 times better. And then on top of that, making sure I drink water, not alcohol, not any of that. Making sure I drink water before I do, and or coffee, depending on the time of day. Because that also reduces the cotton mouth feeling I've seen. So I best prepare myself for that before I do it. And then I always got to make sure I got a good playlist. If you guys follow me on my Snapchat, which you should, I post all of my broccoli sessions on there. And it's pretty nice, pretty chill. And I usually either here or out at my bar in the backyard, or sometimes at the chairs here in my yard and stuff. Or I could be other places having broccoli. It just kind of depends on the day and the situation and where I am, etc. So, but anyways, so I always make sure, where was I? See, that's the thing. Like, I go into these rants sometimes and then I'm just like, wait, where did we start? Music playlists. You guys have seen those multiple times on my Snapchat. I just love a good music sesh. Like, sometimes when I'm out here, because it's a house rule for me to only use my broccoli outside. I can't use it inside. Weird, right? But family rule, so because of that, I want to make sure that I have something to entertain myself while I'm out here. Because sometimes the internet can be hit or miss when I'm out here. Sometimes I get good quality, cell service or, not cell service, like data, and I can watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, but, really I just kind of use it for music. YouTube music is what I use, and I love it, because I can download certain playlists that I could play on the go, so I tend to download all my playlists just to have them, but I might just cut it down to like 2, like EDM and broccoli time. But yeah, those there tend to be the 2 different playlists, because sometimes I'm in the mood for that specific playlist, or I'm in the mood for just straight up dancing shenanigans. So kind of just depends on the mood that I'm going for the sesh that day. And yeah, those are my top 3 things when it comes to like the preparedness of it. Before we get into the actual mindset part. So the mindset part, if you are having a very, very difficult day, don't go into your sesh and thinking it's going to solve all your problems, because it won't. It's going to be a temporary thing to help you kind of de-stress, but at the end of the day, it's not going to solve all your issues. So you got to make sure that you have this mindset going into it, that you have an intention with it. So like, for example, my sesh I just had now was for me to kind of just get into that creative mindset, that mindset of mine that I just don't care what goes on around me. I can just film a video outside and just go with it. Sometimes my intention is just to relax before going to bed. Sometimes it's to help me get focused for the day, to figure out, okay, this is my game plan, let's freaking go and do it, that sort of a thing. Again, depends on the time, depends on where I'm doing it. If I'm having broccoli with other people, that also affects it. Sometimes I utilize it as a way for me and my dad to kind of open up with each other. If you guys don't know, my dad also uses broccoli, so it's like this whole thing where when we sit together outside or whatever, we have these like deep conversations sometimes, just because we get, he's using the broccoli and I'm using my own, and then we just kind of, we don't ever like share a joint or anything. Or a jigga jam. I should have thought of a better word for that, but it's okay. But we don't share one or anything. He has his own thing, I have my own thing. We used to share. We used to eat gummies together too, but that was another whole thing. But for me, whenever I do it while my dad is present, it's just more of a deeper connection between us in terms of just talking about life, talking about the past, talking about how we're actually feeling. And I feel like it's actually helped me and my dad's relationship on that end help, because my dad's not really a, person to just kind of let out his emotions sometimes. He doesn't really go to therapy either. So like his way of doing it is just by talking to his family, his friends, whatever. And I could just tell that he just feels so open and honest talking to me about what's going on with him. And I'm glad, because I feel like that's his intention with it. Or most of the time his intention with it is just to relax after a day of work. So that could also just be a simple intention for you. Maybe get home from work and you go use some broccoli and make sure that the intention with it is to chill. I also utilize it to help me with my artwork a lot too. That has really expanded my creativity as well, I feel like. And that's been really helping too. I've just been trying to think if there was anything else. I mean, my boyfriend and I do use broccoli together as well. Sometimes he's not like me. He doesn't do it as frequently as me. He doesn't do any of that. So when it does come to the time where we do partake in it together, I'm going to be honest, it increases the love we have for each other, if you catch my drift. Just the whole entire thing, just, from talking about life to just cuddling in bed. It's just a great enhancer, I guess you could say, for that. But we also tend to focus better and are able to kind of like laugh about things whenever we play games as well. So that's another thing as well. Also, that it's kind of an intention that we do for those. I'm trying to think of anything else. It kind of just varies person to person when it comes to the intention setting. So just kind of sit down with yourself and ask yourself, like, why am I choosing to use broccoli today? Is it for any of those examples that I've listed? Because I listed a lot. But also a big thing I realized is sometimes broccoli usage could be used as a crutch to avoid mental health things. Yes, my mental health has definitely improved since using broccoli, because it actually has decreased my anxiety, upped my confidence, honestly, and just overall has been making me a better person. The only downfall is just sometimes if I'm having anxiety or feeling a little bit down about something or going through a shitty situation, I feel like my emotions definitely amplify anytime that I'm chill. Like, I could just be, talking to my boyfriend one day about, our future, and then the next time that I sesh, it, like, literally is, like, me bawling in tears, just being happy about my relationship and stuff like that. Like, just, like, super emotional stuff. So it's, like, just be careful with that. just know my biggest tip with like the mindset part is just be sure that you know yourself enough to know when the right time is to sesh. Because there's definitely been times that I have done it just to fit in, just to ease the pain of whatever I was going through at the time. Because I have been using broccoli now for like, well, I used the broccoli for about a couple years, but I started becoming more chill back in 2020 when I did gummies. So with my family, that was interesting, and that was just the start of it all. But I just have found so many benefits with the plant that it's like, why not use it to our advantage, you know, especially with our mindset, especially with our mental health. If it's something that helps you, it helps you. So for some people, it doesn't help. And it's like with anything. Some people like it, some people don't. So if you think it might be something worth a try, make sure that you're over the age of 21. And also be sure that it's not going to cause any harm to yourself, others, or cause any issues in your family. Be sure you're open and honest with people about it. Just being like, hey, I think I want to start using broccoli. Say the actual thing, though, because if you just say, oh, I just want to use broccoli, your parents will be like, what are you talking about? So, anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little talking sesh of me talking about usage of broccoli and how to effectively use it and the mindset around it. So I hope that this helped. I'm going to finish up my sesh. My dog wants to go in as well. He's done barking in the background. I'm just enjoying this bird, just wanting to go to her nest. I know Mama Bird has to get to her worms. I have a bird's nest in my garage now. So now any time that I'm out here, there's just birds everywhere. But anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Let me know if you have any other ideas, any other chats that you'd like me to have, any other art-related videos you'd like me to do. Let a girl know, because I need to come up with some more freaking, ideas. So, hope you liked it. I don't know what's happening. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.